Fox Sports.
We are Fox Sports. We are San Diego.
The Padres' Chase Headley and the rest of his teammates will meet the supreme challenge tonight. Roy Halladay, one of the game's very best, the right-hander at age 34. Couple of Cy Young awards in both leagues. He's been the Cy Young Award winner. He's 3-0 against the Padres as we welcome you to Petco Park. Game 3 of this 4-game series, the Philadelphia Phillies and the San Diego Padres. And a happy Saturday night to you all. Mark Grant, Dick Henberg, pleased that you've joined us. Padres unable to score many runs against these Phils, but that's true of any team in the National League. This is the best rotation in all of the National League.
It's one thing to have a challenge at the big league level, but it's going to be an extra challenge this evening against Roy Halladay and the Philadelphia Phillies. Dick, these numbers are just mind-boggling. It's like a man pitching against a Little League team. He just continues to win and win and win.
Well, the 191 wins, if he should win tonight, he'd be 192 and 92 for his career. And we were going through the book. This is a statistic that just is mind-boggling. When he won the Cy Young in 2003, he walked less batters than he pitched starting pitching. 36 starts, 32 walks.
It's incredible. And when you look at the way he throws the baseball, everything moves. Not only does he throw strikes, but he throws quality strikes. And when he gets ahead with those quality strikes, his ball will move out of the zone, and the hitters have no choice but to try to protect. They commit, and next thing you know, they're swinging at a ball out of the zone. That's why he gets so many strikeouts, and that's why he gets quick innings and wins a lot of ball games.
So if the Padres are going to break out of losing 13 in a row here at Petco to Philadelphia, it's up to Corey Lupke to match Halladay pitch for pitch. And Lupke coming off his last 2 performances, allowing just 1 run in each of those 2 games. And the Pods break through against Roy Halladay and beat Philadelphia tonight. But there was a little bit of everything last night in the 4-1 Phillies win behind Cole Hamels. Let's see what we have in store for tonight at Petco Park here in downtown San Diego. Charlie Manuel, the venerable skipper of the Phils, has set up his starting lineup against Corey Lupke. We'll give it to you in just a moment because Lupke ready to go to work. Juan Pierre leads it off, and we're underway, ball one. Pierre hitting a solid .316. Fleet-footed outfielder. And he fouls it away, 1-1. Lupke, limited duty against the Phils. There's his numbers on the season, 3 starts and a 3.71 ERA. Batting average is up much higher than a year ago. This one is swept to second. Hudson has to hurry and flips with a bare hand for the out. Here is the Philadelphia lineup. Pierre followed by Polanco and Rollins, with Hunter Pence once again in the cleanup spot. That pesky Shane Victorino hitting 5th in center field. Then Ty Wigginton. Freddie Galvis at second base for the injured Chase Utley. Brian Schneider again behind the plate as Carlos Ruiz suffering from a sore wrist. Ruiz normally is the receiver when Halladay pitches and caught both of his no-hitters 2 years ago, but it's Schneider in there tonight. First ball hunting and a ground ball by Polanco, and Hudson takes care of the first 2 Philadelphia batters. Defensively, Kotze gets the start in left with Maven and Venable in the outfield. Headley and Bartlett, Hudson and Alonso on the right side. Nick Hundley behind the plate. And the 27-year-old from Ohio State, the Buckeye, Corey Lupke on the mound. Cap Day, and we tip our caps to the great fans of San Diego.
A great giveaway. That means we're going to see those San Diego Padre hats throughout the county, and that's always nice to see. Rooting for their Friars.
With the new San Diego logo. High fly ball, shallow center. Maben cruising in. Boy, that's an easy 1-2-3 first inning. Only 6 pitches required to retire the Phils in order. Presents Padres Baseball, brought to you by AT&T, the largest 4G network. AT&T. Rethink possible. And by Petco, where the healthy pets go. Quick first inning for Corey Lupke, and now a look at Roy Halladay. The book on him: if you're going to beat Halladay, you better do something early, because once he gets in a groove, he is tough to hit. But Black has set his lineup. We'll give it to you in a moment. Halladay ready to work to Will Venable. And beating the Padres 3-1 just about this time a year ago. He went 8 2/3 innings and matched his career high with 14 strikeouts. And a drive deep to right, hooking at the foul pole, and foul. Oh, did Venable get into that one? He was the only damaging hitter against Halladay last year. He drove in the 1 run in the 9th inning to make it 3-1, the final score.
Oh, that looked like it was right in the nitro zone. And Will Venable down and in. We know that Will likes that pitch.
out front just a little bit.
Well, last night, his last at bat, he got all of a pitch, but it was much too high to straightaway center field. And there's the strike, 1-2.
Schneider set up in, yeah, that's the hot zone for Will Venable. We'll have to keep an eye on that the rest of the game.
2 balls, 2 strikes. Venable starts tonight at 275. High fly ball. That'll take Pence back a few steps. And the right fielder squeezes the first out. And here is the lineup for Bud Black. Venable followed by Kotsay and Headley. Hundley moves into the cleanup spot tonight with Alonso and Maben next. Maben now settling in that 6th spot in the batting order, trying to take pressure off the outfielder. Then Bartlett and Hudson, the veteran middle infielders, before Corey Lutke. Off to no surprise, a fantastic start, 3-0. Trying to come up with 4 wins before April 22nd.
Well, we talked about getting to Halladay early because all of 3 of the runs Halladay has allowed this season have come early in the game. Opponents are hitting .304 against him the first time through the lineup, just .121 after that.
Slices this one fouled on the left field side. Just a little late on that swing for the veteran Kotsay, who was 2 for 5 in his limited play.
So the first time around through this line is very key for the Padres to get on the board early, because once he gets settled in, he's lights out.
He's 6'6" and 230. That one low and inside, and he's already thrown 2 more pitches than Lupke required to get the Phils out top half of the inning. Cole Hamels wins again in San Diego. Last night he's now 4-1 against the team for whom he used to cheer. There's a drive to center field. Victorino back to make the catch. Well, Kotsay hits it well, but right to the center fielder. Here's the defense for Philadelphia. Pierre Victorino, Pence in the outfield. Polanco and Rollins, Galvis and Wigginton on the infield, with Brian Schneider handling the tosses of Roy Halladay. Grew up just outside Denver, Colorado. Headley has hit safely in 11 of the last 12 games. .366 pace in the last dozen games. Ground ball left side. Collins across to Wigginton, and Halladay matches Lupke. 1-2-3. The story in the first. Enjoy a cold one. You can look forward to Miller time later in tonight's game, brought to you by Miller Lite. Hunter Pence starts things here in the Phil second.
We got some Philly Fanatic fans with the Philly Fanatic hats rooting on the Fightin' Phils.
Pence, 296 hitter. Ground ball deep to short. Bartlett backhands and gets him by a step. Pence can run well. Boy, the Phillies have decided to swing at the first pitch. 4 outs for Lupke on 7 tosses.
So you might see Corey Lupke maybe counter with something off speed. Pence tops that baseball. Grounder for Bartlett. You got to love those quick outs. Only 6 pitches for Corey Lupke in that first inning.
And Pence goes after the first pitch and makes out here in the second. Shane Victorino, switch hitting center fielder. Good little player. You know, he wasn't drafted or picked out of the amateur ranks because of his size. He's always been fast, but he's developed into a guy that can hit you some home runs.
Especially in that ballpark in Philadelphia. I know he hit a home run here last night. But that will work to his advantage when you hit in a ballpark like Citizens Bank Park. But you're right, though. He can put him out anywhere.
Last night, hitting his home run to left field. Drive into the lower deck. That made it 4-1. He had 17 homers last year, 18 the year before. So that would lead some clubs. Nope, no fake limp here on that low breaking ball in the dirt. That whole sequence last night, tried to let himself be hit, didn't move out of the way, called back. And then the next one is a dirt ball from the Padres, and he limped around comically, and then it wasn't so funny. The next pitch he hit it for a home run. High in the air, left center. Maben. And it's 5 in a row retired by Lupke as we call in Layla Rahimi.
Thanks, Dick. Talking about the way Corey Lupke has been working so well and so quickly today. It flashes back to what he was able to do against the Rockies last time out, as catcher Nick Hundley talked about how he uses the fastball well and then was able to work in the changeup at the appropriate times to make that 7-inning, 1 earned run performance work for him last time out.
And he gets off to a good start, Layla, tonight, and now faces Ty Wigginton, the pride and joy of Chula Vista. Played his high school ball here in the San Diego area and somehow migrated from Chula Vista to the University of North Carolina, Asheville. That's a tough recruiting trip.
Yeah. Getting an opportunity. You know, everybody wants to go to the big Division I, Pac-10 school, ACC school. There's plenty of programs out there where you can develop.
Back in my day, the San Fernando Valley State College Matadors weren't bad. Strike 3. Wigginton caught looking. 6 up, 6 down. Corey Lupke. enjoying Saturday night activities. We're ready to go here in the last of the second inning. It'll be Nick Hundley, Yonder Alonso, and Cameron Maben against Roy Halladay of the Phils. No score. Hundley, first ball hunting. He's hitting 175, but of course his average taking a beating early with that 0 for 21 start, but he's swinging much more effectively of late. As we welcome aboard the president of the San Diego Padres, Tom Garfinkel, and nice to see you, Tom. And it's nice of you to come here. And a lot of presidents of a lot of organizations don't visit the broadcast booth when their team is 3-12.
Well, yeah, it's important to be here. You know, this has been a tough stretch for everybody in the organization. We've got 275 employees, and it hits all the men and women in the organization hard. And you know, this is what we live every day. But Buddy, the coaching staff, we have a lot of confidence in them, and Josh and his group, and we win together and we lose together. And this is a tough stretch. I know it's hard for the fans. I want to thank all the fans, because we've got a lot of great fans out there that are out here tonight. Over 30,000 folks out here tonight cheering on the team, win or lose, and a lot of great fans here in San Diego.
Hundley strikes out on the check swing. Here's Yonder Alonso.
You know, Tom, when you look at a ball club breaking camp in Arizona, I mean, any ball club, you lose your number 1 guy, your number 5 guy, a cleanup hitter, and then a veteran guy on the bench. I mean, let's face it, that's tough for any club, but it was a big blow for San Diego.
Well, we're not in the business of making excuses, but that is a tough way to start the season without question. And you know, we have a small margin for error with our squad. A lot of things have to go right. Starting off the season, you know, without Tim Stauffer, without Mosley, without Carlos Quentin, certainly Mark Kotze, et cetera, was tough. But again, we need to play better baseball. And you know, I think the expectations of Buddy and the coaching staff of these players is the same as the expectations that Josh has, that I have, which is that these guys are going to go out and play hard every night. They're going to fight to win every night, and they're going to be good teammates. And you know, we got a lot of players on our team that do those things. And if you don't do those things, you know, you're probably not going to make it here. And but if you do those things, you know, guys like Will Venable, guys like Nick Hundley, you see there, guys like Mark Kotze and Corey Lupke, who's out here battling tonight, Volquez, who battled last night, Joe Whelan, who came up and battled. I mean, these guys they're fighting hard, and they're going to fight through.
First base runner of the game, Alonso works Halladay for a walk.
You know, all those players you just mentioned, one word comes to mind about their personalities. They have high expectations of themselves. They're accountable. They
do, and they want to win. They go out there and fight hard to win every night. Cameron Maben, who's out here, and it's hitting. Believe me, what's happened the last 2 weeks is hitting the clubhouse and these players harder than anybody. And but at the same time, you know, I was down there before the game. I was down on the field during batting practice talking to Buddy. These guys, they're upbeat, they're optimistic, they're fighting through it, and that's all you can do is go out and play every night and try to win the next game.
Tom, there's with all of the confusion about ownership and all, there's in the fans' mind, they're wondering who is running the show here. It's you.
Well, yeah, John's been very supportive, John Moores, and he said, look, you're in charge. Keep doing what you're doing. And that's what we've been doing. You know, I have discussions with Josh just about every day about what's going on with the team. Talk to Buddy frequently, and everything else that's going on here at the Padres. And again, there's a lot of good things happening here. A lot of great players coming up, a lot of young talent in the system, and a lot of great things happen in and around the ballpark too. And people continue to work hard at making this an organization that all the fans in San Diego can be proud of.
Well, the Padres have never had a formula for the future like they have now. This is the first time that this organization has tried to build from within.
And with new TV revenue, look, you know, we expect to increase payroll here in the future and add to that young talent base, and be able to juice that even further. And that is an expectation that we have and what we want to do. And you know, we need to be able to go out and beat any team in Major League Baseball. And I think, you know, we did that in 2010. We've struggled a little bit so far this year, but you know, these guys, again, there's a tough group of competitors down there, and I have a lot of confidence in Buddy and his coaching staff, and in Josh and his staff as well.
2-2 now on Maben. 1 out walk to Alonso. Down low. Maben works the count full. Long triple to right center field last night and scored the only Padre run. A lot of power in this young guy. He's got 1 home run this year. Takes it outside, and a couple of walks from
Halladay, that's headline news in Philadelphia. He barely walks anyone in the entire game, and he's lost 2 men back-to-back here in the second. Well, Tom Garfinkel, what would you like to do differently about the environment here at Petco Park?
Well, one of the things we're taking a real hard look at right now is the fences. And there's been a lot of discussion about that for the past few years. I've talked to Josh about it extensively, to Buddy as well, and we've been studying it a lot. I think that, I am in favor of making some changes. I think, I know that Josh and Buddy are as well, and if we do that, we want to make sure we do it right, because it's obviously a big change. But when you look at this ballpark, the atmospherics are the biggest factor.
Tonight's a classic example of that heavy marine layer.
Tonight, the ball moves more for the pitcher. The ball moves more when it's in the air and gets hung up there. And, the game is about this duel between the pitcher and the hitter, one big aspect of the game. And, if the pitcher leaves the ball out over the plate and the hitter crushes it, he should be rewarded for that. And oftentimes here, that ball gets hung up and it's an out. And I don't think that's the way the game was intended to be played. And, 1-0 games, 2-1 games, 2-0 games, those can be really exciting games too. But, I'm a fan myself, so is Josh. So night after night after night of those games, I think, again, I don't know that that's the way the game was intended to be played. This is a beautiful game. The dimensions, 60 feet, 6 inches, 90 feet. It was so perfectly designed. But if we're down 4-0 in the 7th inning, you want to feel like we can come back and win 5-4. And in this ballpark, right now, that's really tough to do for any team. And so we're going to take a hard look at it. We're looking at things like velocity off the bat and, the dimensions of the park and the air at night versus the day and all kinds of different factors. And, if we make some changes, it's still going to be a pitcher's ball because it's so extreme that you'd have to almost, move the fences into Little League proportions to make it, to normalize the park or make it neutral. But we do think some changes are probably in order.
Hey, there's been a handful of Major League parks after they've been built that have made adjustments. Detroit comes to mind. They moved in their left field wall. I'm not saying that's the case here, but there have been ballparks that have done such things as moving in the dimensions.
Yeah, some ballparks have made some changes, but again, the biggest factor here is the air, and when you have a combination of deep fences and the air, it creates more of a challenge. And you have to be careful because sometimes there's unintended consequences. I know, we made some changes here, and it actually suppressed run production even more because there were less triples. So, we're going to study it, very, very closely. And at the end of the day, the most important thing is being able to win baseball games and develop some competitive advantage at home, and that's what we want to do.
All right, here's a critical pitch. 3-2 with 2 on that have walked. Bartlett, the batter, and he fouls it away. So an uncommon look at Roy Halladay having trouble throwing strikes. Walks both Alonso and Maben, and is at 3-2 with Bartlett. 33 pitches already.
And just because it's a 3-2 count does not mean that Halladay is just going to throw a fastball. He will throw any pitch, any time. He might throw that split finger pitch also.
Bartlett, a .297 hitter against Halladay. He walks. How about that? The bases loaded on walks from Halladay. Padre over every pillow, and a chance to break through early against Halladay. Well, before we let you go, Tom Garfinkel, tomorrow is our first military Sunday, and the Padres are very proud of the fact that they are the team for the military, best in baseball.
Well, it's one of the things about this organization that I'm most proud to be a part of, and it's been going on here at the Padres for a long, long time. Tomorrow, military opening day. General Waldhauser will be out here from the Marine Corps. He's the general over the 1st Marine Expeditionary Force, throwing out the first pitch. We'll have a lot of folks out here, men and women in the military, and those folks, their families, the veterans that have made so many sacrifices for us. There's almost no greater joy in our job than to be able to give those people, to honor them and to thank them and give them a great day out at the ballpark.
It's a spirit that we all feel, everyone that comes to Petco on Sundays. Here's Hudson, and it's ball one inside. Well inside to Hudson. Off to a slow start at 156. Can add to those 3 RBIs here and help out Lupke on deck. Bases loaded, only 1 out. Ground ball right side, and glove by Galvin. His throw is in time as a run scores. The young second baseman playing for Chase Utley came up with a couple of good plays last night, and save perhaps another run as that ball was on its way to right field. But the Padres get a run early against Halladay on a ground out with the bases loaded.
Nice range by Galvis, getting dirty as well, and from the backside, throwing a strike, and Orlando. I don't like it when guys slide into first base. I never did like it.
I don't like it when they look at the play, at the defender. Ricky Henderson, when he stole second base, put his head down and never looked back.
That's right.
Put your head down and run.
So Lukey with runners at second and third. Get an occasional hit for you. He's, of the pitching staff, he probably is the top athlete. Good swing, 1-1. Maven over at third. Bartlett at second.
Did you ever see Usain Bolt dive at the tape after a sprint? Right?
No, I have
right?
not.
Run through it, right?
If they make a movie about him, they'll have him do that.
Wild wave, and Halladay in front, 1 ball, 2 strikes. Padres, when they've scored first, are 2-3 this year. When they don't, they're 1-9. So that's a positive note to get a run early on Halladay, and that is strike 3 called. Lukey caught looking. Thank you for joining us, President of the Padres, Tom Garfinkel.
Appreciate it, Dick.
Tom,
good to see you, man.
Keep
Appreciate it.
right.
Thank you.
All right, it'll get better.
Thank you very much.
You bet. One nothing going to the third inning here at Petco Park. And Corey Lukey retiring the first 6 men he's faced in order. We'll look at Galvis, Schneider, and Halladay in the third.
Oh, great to see the fans. And you know what? Major cuteness right there. Yes, sir.
She's got her little mittens on, and I wonder what they're thinking. Galvis steps in at 244. Switch hitting infielder. As he squared the bunt, perhaps just a bluff, it was his sacrifice bunt that was placed down the third base side in a spot where Volquez and Headley could not play it. That loaded the bases with no one out, and that was the key to the game last night.
Well, once again, that big hit that the Padres need the last half inning against Halladay.
Foul ball. Bartlett gets another chance. 7 in a row. Well, Mark Sweeney is down by the dugout, and the door has been opened by President Garfinkel. Apparently, by next year, those outfield fences are going to be shortened up. How would you change the dimensions?
Well, Dick, I think a lot of people talk about just the outfield fence, and I think in right field especially, if you go from that foul pole straight across right out to the 400 sign, I think that would make the dimensions a lot easier. I think actually left field is perfect.
Here's Brian Schneider, had a couple of hits last night, his first 2 hits of the season, and one of those drove in a run in the 3-run 7th inning. He went around.
You know, I like that idea that Mark Sweeney has, and there's a couple of things you could do if you drew a straight line from that foul pole. You could put the visiting foul pole in between the auxiliary scoreboard and the fence. And one other idea I had was, hey, if you do go from the foul pole right here all the way over here with a, you got a little area right in here, put a little picnic area in there or something, for the fans to enjoy a big league ball game at field level in right field.
3-1 as Lupke falls behind his first hitter. I see that Mark is he likes to move around. He's a peripatetic sort. He used to be down with it. Now he's behind home plate. Fouled, and it's 3-2, and you like that spot, I know.
Yeah, this is a great spot, guys. Obviously the best seats in the house, but you can see the movement on the pitches. Corey Lupke working fast. You can understand what direction they're going to go with Nick Hundley and how they're working. Great perspective back here.
It's a different ball game down there, isn't it? It's much quicker, that's for sure.
He walked him.
That's when it gets quicker right there, guys.
First base runner as Lupke walks the number 8 hitter Schneider. Here's Halladay. Halladay can handle the bat. 2 for 10 this year, and we saw him last year whenever he was called upon to sacrifice. He was impeccable in his production. And Padres looking for the bunt here as Headley eases in on the grass. And he bunts it right where you have to, toward first. Lupke gets the put out to Hudson. And the tying run, Schneider moves into second base.
Hey, that's what we were talking about instruction before the game today. Man on first. Nicely done by Halladay. He gets it done quickly and efficiently. Now he can go back and collect his thoughts and get a little breather on the bench. See Headley crashing.
Brings up the leadoff man Juan Pierre, grounded to second his first time. Phil's last night were .333 with runners in scoring position, made good on 4 out of 12 chances. In a 4-1 win, their 13th in a row against the Padres here at Petco. Right, curveball. That's the bird's eye view that Mark Sweeney has behind home plate. Fouled out of play. Came back with the fastball at 92.
Well, you know what, Dick? You can understand that they're working together. Nick Hundley and Corey Lupke, you can see they're going on location. Started them off with the breaking ball and then also went to the fastball away.
Maybe a slider down and away here. There it is.
Just did protect and foul the pitch off, and it remains 2 strikes.
Saw Nick Hundley flash a series of signs. A lot of pitchers will go first sign. Some pitchers will go first sign after 2. Some pitchers will go last sign, depending on the situation or what they feel most comfortable with.
Schneider out at second, just average speed. And Pierre not a long ball threat. They swung around toward left. He backs him out of there. Lupke with a fastball.
I love that pitch. You know, every pitch should have a purpose, right? And you throw to a spot. So in an 0-2 situation, aim for that belt buckle. You know, right side, left side, it doesn't matter. Hey, they can get out of the way. That's my philosophy. You throw at them, hey, you hit them, it's their fault.
That one punched foul to the left. Well, that was the Don Drysdale philosophy. They never hit a batter. They all hit themselves. I mean, if you don't get out of the way, you're going to hit yourself. Right. Makes sense. That serves a real purpose, too. And throw it inside. That sets up that pitch on the outside corner. They're not quite so eager to lean out over the plate. 1-2 to 1 Pierre. We're in the third, 2 outs. Schneider at second base. He got him swinging. Through 3, Corey Lukey is not allowed a hit, only 1 walk, and he sets him up inside with a fastball strikeout. Well done. At 1-0, and it's time for the Sequan Casino Daycation highlight of the game, with the emphasis on the K, the strikeout statistic. And we'll have that for you in a moment as Roy Halladay goes back to the top of the order. Will Venable. Strike with a fastball. 41st pitch for Halladay, while his opponent Lupke has been very efficient. Total of only 23. Make that 32. So the Sequan Daycation strikeout highlight. Halladay struck out 14 a year ago on April 24th, most by any opposing pitcher last season, and that equaled his major league high. Well, that was a real mismatch that day. Foul, watch out. Back of the third base dugout. So a rare scoreboard at the moment. Padres 1 run, no hits. Philadelphia, no runs, no hits. On a day when unknown right-hander for Chicago, fly ball. Tracking it is Victorino in center, where Philip Humber threw a perfect game against the Mariners for the White Sox. Sweeney's keys against Halladay. Mark.
Yeah, you know what, guys? You just want to stick to your plan. Understand that if you don't want to guess with Roy Halladay, but you also, if he elevates his fastball and it's flat, you want to get after that. That's the pitch that it has less movement, and you want to square those balls up.
Mark Kotze lined out to center field his first time. By the mound, charged by Galvis, and the youngster makes another good play. 2 quick outs here in the Padre third.
I'm sure Galvis is impressing Charlie Manuel and the coaching staff. He's got some good range. Charges the ball. We know he can go to his right and left. We know that he's good around the bag on the double play.
22-year-old from Venezuela.
On the high chopper, he has to charge. Straightens up, knows he's got plenty of time to get Kotze, and fires a strike.
Sure-handed.
Yes.
He's shown that.
That's something you won't see me doing.
Hiking can be fun, especially out where you are in
Really?
Alpine, all that
all
that
hills?
beautiful scenery.
No, not a chance.
Well, you go up What you do is you go to the top of the hill with a car, then you ride it down. Headley grounded to short his first time, and he falls behind quickly. 2 strikes to Halladay.
Oh, that's awesome.
Line drive, base hit to center field. Headley is now hit safely in 12 out of 13, and that's the first base knock of the game.
I think that was one of the keys that Mark Sweeney was talking about. It was an 0-2 pitch, and it was up a little bit. So what does Chase Headley do? Let it fly. Actually, on contact, that's about knee high. But, yep, just about knee high out in front of it. You can see the split finger grip in the glove from Halladay. He just didn't get it down enough, and Chase Headley capitalizes on the mistake.
Using the center of the field against the top-notch pitcher. Here's Nick Hundley, takes a strike.
Dick and Mark, we also talked about when he makes mistakes, and they're very minimal mistakes, you have to pounce on them. You can't foul those balls off.
1-1 to Hundley, who struck out on a check swing in the second inning. Way outside, 2-1. Dodgers lead the Astros in Houston in the 8th inning, and guess who is homered again tonight? Kemp has 9 home runs. 2-run shot. Kershaw getting the support, working on the shutout. 3-hitter through 7.
I heard Loney got his first of the year as well in that game for the Dodgers.
Leading the NL West 11-3 at the start today. Ground ball toward the hole. That's through into left field. Hundley has a base hit. Holding at second is Headley. As the law firm, Headley and Hundley, back-to-back singles.
Put it in play. Hopefully you find a hole. That's exactly what Nick Hundley did. Battled. Good swing once again on contact. See where that pitch was? It was up. Letting it fly. Now the Padres would like to have an extra base hit here with 2 outs.
Yonder Alonso. He was the first of the 3 consecutive walks in the second inning that loaded the bases with 1 out, and the run scored on Hudson's ground out. Line drive, base hit down the left field line. That's going to go into the corner. Can Pierre cut it off? Headley scores. Here comes Hundley, and he's held up, and back he goes on a double by Alonso. It's 2-0. RBI number 3 for the Padre first baseman. 3 consecutive hits. Headley and Hundley with singles, and Alonso with a double.
Well, he likes to hack at that first pitch, doesn't he? And he goes the other way, nicely carving that ball down the left field line.
Pierre did a good job here, or
Yes,
another run would have scored. That ball gets by him into the corner. Cameron Maben walked the first time, and that's in for a strike. Second and third, 2 out. A run home. High fly ball. Routine. Pence angles in. Well, Victorino calls him off at the last moment. Inning over, but on 3 hits and Alonso's double, the Padres add a run. It's 2-0.
Sports San Diego. San Diego leading the Philadelphia Phillies 2-0 as we go to the fourth inning. And we have a question for you tonight. Do you have Padres pride, as in hashtag Padres pride? We're looking for photos of you sporting your Good Luck Padres gear. Maybe it's a lucky vintage jersey or a rally cap. Show us. Take a picture of you, your family, and their gear tonight. Post it to Fox Sports SD and hashtag Padres Pride somewhere in your text. And your picture may be showcased on tonight's broadcast. And we already have some great pictures. In fact, thanks to Lawson Patrick from Iowa for showing us a great picture of his girls doing their best. Good luck for the Padres gear. Thank you so much. You guys keep them coming. We appreciate it. Let's take it upstairs to Dick and Marquette.
All right, Layla, that's a great idea.
Yeah.
Two young ladies from Iowa. Padres #1. Yeah, do you have a superstition? Yeah, throw that in there too.
Sure.
Man, make a little sign. Here's my superstition. What I do to try to help the Padres. Polanco grounded to second his first time. Works the count to 3-1. I'm actually wearing my good luck tie, the red tie.
That's got a lot of wins in it, Professor, that tie of yours.
It snapped the losing streak 2 years ago. Line drive, base hit to right center. First hit for the Phils. Venable plays it in, and Polanco with the leadoff single.
Now tell me the history of that red. By the way, I love that red tie, and that's another one I'm going to steal from you.
That's okay. You can have it. Good luck for you too. 2 years ago, remember, folks, when I was at the U.S. Open, and people were actually blaming me for that losing streak in early September, and McEnroe and I said, "Got to wear a red tie with me, Mac." And McEnroe wore a red tie. I wore a red tie on camera, and that was when the Padres broke the losing streak. So this baby is worth a lot.
You should have called me.
Got it out against Halladay. I got it out today. Now that was risky, huh?
I should have worn my red tie. I've got a red clip on at home. I could have worn.
Well, maybe tomorrow we'll get a winning streak going. You close horse, you. Bartlett. Oh, a double play chance, and they get nothing out of it. Oh, my. He was trying to make a flip. I think he was in between. Do I do it with the glove or with the hands? And instead of at least one and maybe two, they get nothing on the ground ball by Jimmy Rollins.
Let's see. Does it get stuck in the glove? Oh, he can't find the handle at first. That's why. On the exchange, can never find the handle. But then the second effort, right? There was a second effort by Jason, thinking that they could still get the runner. But just like that, the Phils have runners at first and second with nobody out.
The trade by the leather, Bartlett, an error. And the door open now for the Phils. Hunter Pence grounded to short his first time. Tying runs aboard. And ball one to the right fielder. Hit .314 combined last year between Houston and Philadelphia. Just 28 years of age. Swing and a miss. Fastball at 91. Going back to the strikeout of Pierre in the third inning, that fastball, after he set him up inside, was 95 miles an hour. He really reared back and fired it. Infield set for two. Big hole right side. Pence can go that way. 1-2.
Nothing but fastballs so far to Hunter Pence.
Number 3 is such a great number. I mean, any old team that has a history in this game and somebody wears 3, that's got to take you back. You wonder, maybe Jimmy Fox wore number 3. 1 ball and 2 strikes. Race it outside.
Hey, get on, Blue, get on!
Old McGraw jersey in that powder blue look.
Love that powder blue look.
I didn't think it was so hot.
Big in the 70s.
2 balls and 2 strikes to Pence. Got him on the high limb. Chase the fastball. Strikeout number 3 for Lutke.
Well, there was definitely a game plan for Corey Lutke against Hunter Pence. You know what? All fastball. The very first pitch was a breaky ball. Then he went with the number 1, trying to go location off the plate. Then he fishes for it up and away. Mark Sweeney after the soft first pitch, he went hard all the way through to get Pence.
Yeah, and you know what I like, Mark, and seeing him dominate inside early in the count, that exposes to a hitter, makes him weary of that, and then you're going to expand the strike zone as a hitter. They did it right there.
Victorino takes strike one. A slider in on his fist. Fly to center field. Left center his first time. Ty Wigginton on deck. Polanco with a single. Rollins safe on an error. Fly ball, shallow center. Maben coming in. 2 away. Well, the inning should be over. But a 4-out inning with the error to Bartlett. And that brings up the power hitting Ty Wigginton.
Well, Mark Sweeney's got the catbird seat down there right behind home plate. And Mark, from your vantage point, left-handed hitter, you see a left-handed Lukey. What's he got?
Yeah, Mark, you know what the best thing I saw is the last inning against Juan Pierre. You guys touched on it. Moving his feet inside exposed that fastball away. And obviously, with that plus fastball of his, he can put people away late.
Yeah, that was 95 miles an hour in the outside corner against Pierre, as you mentioned a little earlier, Dick.
Big cut and a foul off to the right. Started him with a changeup. Cut it up.
I think that pitch is really going to make Corey Lupke it's going to help him out big time as a pitcher, and he's even said that. The last start, it helped him out quite a bit. It's such a good pitch.
This is Ty Wigginton's 7th major league team. High 1-1. Mark Sweeney can identify with that. Mark is one of just a handful that have played on 7 teams or more, all in the same league. Wigginton played some of his time in the American League, Baltimore, to be specific. 2 balls and a strike. That fastball had a lot of tail on it. Two on, 2 out here. Philly 4th. And time called as Hundley and Lupke going to have a brief chat.
Oh, that runner on second base, we see it often where you want to get those signs straight. You don't want to have one boxed or crossed up your catcher and have a second, third situation.
And now Wigginton backs out. Just to complete the note on Mark Sweeney, only 14 major leaguers have played for 7 different teams in the same league. He's one of them. Did he go? No.
Dick just trying to find my niche and what my power color was, but I know the Padres, I kept on coming back.
For which a lot of your fans here are thankful. So Wigginton sitting on a 3-1 pitch from Lupke. And the bases are loaded. Second walk from the Padres left-hander. And this is one of those potentially ugly innings with only 1 single, an error, and a walk. And the Phils have the bases loaded. And Balsley out to talk, the pitching coach to Lupke. The hitter is Freddie Galvis.
Well, that was a quick visit. Maybe just to refresh your course on the scouting report. Maybe what to start him out with. Last time up was a ground ball.
Crowd still filing in, young and old. Left field bleachers packed. Western Metal Supply Company looks like plenty full out there as well. And the park has a lot of humanity as well. Two nothing. Padres, bases full. And Galvis comes out swinging. Obviously not superstitious. Wearing that number 13. That's a fastball for a strike, pinned on the outside corner.
Yeah, Corey Lupke may have gotten a call, but you know what? For Galvis, that's a good old-fashioned hang with him. Now Corey has him in the hole.
Fans looking for a strikeout, get Lupke out of the jam. Outside, 95. So he's saving a little for a big pitch. It's a couple more miles an hour on that fastball.
Hey, that's something he'll learn, or he has learned at the big league level, to add, subtract. If you can top out at 95, save it when you need it. Early, create a little movement. Maybe you might get a grounder.
Just did get a little wood on that outside pitch, and it remains 1-2. Polanco at third. Rollins, the tying run at second. Wigginton at first. Long stare down by Lukey. Now he's ready. 2-2. Again, pumped that one in there at 95 miles an hour. What's he throw here?
I'm going to say slider down and in. He's going away.
Fly ball, right center. Maven tracking it. And the inning's over. No runs. 1 hit, 1 error, and 3 Phillies are left. Joining us, Roy Halladay. Little control problem, walked 3 in a row in the second inning. And with the bases loaded, Orlando Hudson almost got that one into right field. Good play by Galvis, but a run scored. 1-0 San Diego. And then Alonso with 2 men on doubles down the left field line, and Headley scores. And the Padres enjoy a 2-0 advantage against this star right-hander. Bartlett, Hudson, and Lupke to bat here in the 4th inning.
And Dick, you mentioned the 3 walks in a row in the second inning by Halladay.
Ground ball right at Galvis. And a 4-3 putout.
Those 3 walks in a row in the second inning for Roy Halladay is the first time ever that he has done that in a game. Walked 3 batters in a row.
So an extraordinary inning from this right-hander. And we were talking earlier, it's the statistic of the year for me that's stunning about Halladay. It just seems just totally impossible it could happen. Here's Hudson. That when he won the Cy Young for Toronto in 2003, he started 36 games. The entire season, he walked 32 batters. Can't do that. How can that happen?
4 fewer walks than games started.
Yes.
Unbelievable.
And he walked 3 in a row here at Petco.
And another key, I think, this afternoon, or this evening rather, is, you know, Carlos Ruiz is not putting down the fingers behind home plate, and because that's his guy. I mean, nothing against Brian Schneider, but I don't care how old you are, how young you are, how long you've pitched in the big leagues, to have a different catcher. This is only the 4th time that Schneider has caught Halladay.
Inside, and the count goes 3-1 to Hudson. That's right. When Halladay pitched his perfect game plus a no-hitter in the playoffs, it was Ruiz behind the plate. Hit to center field. Victorino has a beat on it. And there's 2 away.
Mark Sweeney, that could be a big factor, can it not?
It is, and definitely working together in that matchup is definitely the case. You know, you always have a comfort level as a pitcher-catcher relationship, and definitely Ruiz has that with Roy Halladay.
Yeah, and once again, folks, we're not getting on Brian Schneider. The guy had a nice career at the big league level.
Lukey takes a strike.
You know, Mark, I really think that's a credit to Ruiz, how hard he's worked to be a frontline catcher in the National League.
Ball and a strike. Lukey struck out first time.
Corey needs to get a knock here. Pick up one of the announcers here.
What a pick.
In his own way, Mark Sweeney, Mark Grant is a genius. We're just trying to figure it all out.
Yeah, there's a method to my madness.
He's way ahead of us.
Just ask him.
Swing and a miss in the dirt. So Schneider will get the put out at first base, and that's it for the Padres in the 4th. It remains 2-0.
Casino. Get away for the day at the all-new Sequan Casino, San Diego's destination for casino gaming and excitement.
Nice turnout here on Saturday night at Petco Park. Cap night. And let's go now to our AT&T trivia question for this evening. There is a common name shared between Halladay and Black. Small world. What goes around comes around. What is it? We'll have the answer for you in the next half inning. As Corey Lukey, pitching out of a bases loaded 2-out jam in the 4th, will face Schneider, Halladay, and Pierre in the 5th inning. Schneider walked his first time. 2 hits, 1 hit, 2 walks, and 3 strikeouts for Lukey. And he starts with a strike fastball.
Hey.
Back him out of there.
Yeah, buzzed the tower there. I don't think that was the intention by Corey because of his reaction, and Nick Hundley set it down and away. Just didn't get that release point out in front. And it's only a matter of, maybe a few inches or so getting that release point out there. That's a nice adjustment there. And the breaking ball.
Curveball didn't get in the strike zone.
Fastball away.
Slice down the left field side, curling into the corner, and Kotsay sees it fall just out of his reach. So you still have a beat on the action there, Mark Sweeney. The stuff that Lupke showed early compared to what he has here in the 5th inning.
Yeah, I think he's great. He got great stuff tonight, but something that you see back here, and there's not too much that's common with Roy Halladay and Corey Lupke, but they have the same pace. You can watch it. They release their pitch and they go right back to the rubber. That's the pace that you always want to see. They're into their games and locked in.
2-2, and he gets him swinging. Strike 3. Number 4 for Lupke. That fastball seems to have a lot of life tonight.
That one was at 93. Lupke over the rubber nicely, out of the glove. He's got a little deception at delivery, kind of coming right behind his head. And then all of a sudden that ball's on you. And Schneider, the super, Pat Harrington, goes down swinging. One day at a time. Maybe next time.
You're on a roll tonight. Halladay sacrificed his first time. And Lupke falls behind 2-0.
See, this is where you need the quick outs. There you go. You know, Mark Sweeney made a good point about the pitchers getting in a rhythm. We'll have to see if the hitters counter and maybe call time.
Fly ball right field's going to fall for a base hit. Halladay can handle the bat. Second Phil's hit. He goes the opposite field for a base knock. One out here in the 5th.
Number 10, left fielder Juan Pierre.
Pitch that was up, it was away, so therefore the bat doesn't have to travel as far as if it were down the middle of the plate or in. And look at Halladay. He's got it in the back of his mind. He goes, you know what? I don't want Venable to come up throwing. I don't want the 9-3 put out. So he was hustling down that first baseline. He didn't want to get thrown out from right field. I've seen that happen before.
Juan Pierre grounded out, struck out. That has to be about as embarrassing as any moment you get thrown out by the outfielder on a base hit.
It happened to Roger Mason, my teammate with the Giants at Wrigley Field. Talk about wanting to dig a hole and crawl inside.
You hit a line drive single to right field, and you're kind of jogging, feeling good about yourself, and they come up throwing, and it's just never a time where you should not be hustling. 1-1 to Pierre. Out of play. Well, tomorrow the final game of this 4-game series with the Phils, and it'll be Bass going for the Padres against Blanton of the Phils. Joe is 1-2 with a 4.26 ERA. Right-hander Anthony Bass will look for his first win of the season. He's pitched well enough to have a win by now. Right back to Lupke. To second for 1. Bartlett back to first. Not in time. Pierre's speed outlegs the relay.
Not only does Corey Lupke have to throw strikes at the plate, but also to the base pass. See how he gets off the rubber? Nice footwork by Bartlett as well. Straddling the bag, waiting for the baseball to get to him. And as soon as that baseball is almost to Bartlett, he starts his momentum, kicks the bag with his right foot, tries to complete the double play. But as you mentioned, Dick, the speed of Pierre, that's tough to turn.
Keep your eye on Pierre. He's a base stealer. Has 3 so far this year. Polanco, the hitter, takes a strike.
I'll tell Lupke, as he gets this baseball, if he catches it and throws it there, he's going to be throwing uphill, right? So he's throwing flat ground there so he can throw a perfect strike to second base. So if you have the time, don't throw it uphill to second base. Position yourself to where you get on flat ground so you can make a good throw.
It's really a good point. You throw up that slope and all of a sudden, boom, right, you're throwing it to your center fielder. Pierre, a little false step there, and Lupke almost caught him. He's got a good move. Polanco singled last time, 1 for 2. Polanco very close with the Angels' Albert Pujols. Pujols is his son Ismail godfather. Fouled out of play. And how about Pujols? They're starting to ask him when he's going to hit a home run. 53 at bats, no home runs yet for the Angels. Of course, he got off to a slow start last year at St. Louis.
Oh, he'll heat up.
Think he'll get a couple homers this year?
I think so. He may get into double digits in that category.
Two-strike pitch. Line foul. This man's a professional hitter, Polanco.
Yes, he is. Always gives you a good at-bat. Chokes up on the bat. You see with 2 strikes. He's choked up on that bat a good 2 inches.
Now 36 years of age. It's a veteran team. There goes the runner, and the fly ball hits to center field, and Maven waits for it to come out of the haze, and the inning is over. No runs a hit, a man left. We're at the halfway mark in this one. 4.5 in the books. Roy Halladay, 3-0 and a 1.90 ERA coming in, but he's given up a couple of burned runs today. Faces leadoff man Will Venable. Venable up for the 3rd time, has been the leadoff man in the inning all 3 times. Flied out to right, flied out to center. Broken bat, fly ball on the infield. Galvis from second base makes the catch.
Well, Roy Halladay, what makes him so good out there on the mound? Well, deception in the pitches. What we're going to show you are some pitches out of the hand. Now look at that. It looks like it's belt buckle, but then it drops down tilt once again. Hundley, it looks like it's out and away. The break down and away. That's the old split finger fastball. So it gives the illusion out of the hand that, hey, it's a pretty darn good meaty pitch to hit. But the late movement out of the hand of Halladay is what makes him so effective. And once a hitter commits, it's tough to hold up. Right, Mark Sweeney?
Yeah, Mark, you can also understand he likes to set up hitters as well. Will Venable, he throws that sinker away, and then he cuts it in on his hands on the second pitch, set him up.
Ball and a strike to Mark Kotze, who was lined to center and grounded to second base. This is inside. The Padres have 3 hits, and they came back to back to back in the 3rd inning with 2 outs. Headley single to center. Hundley grounded to single to left, and Yonder Alonso doubled down the left field line to drive in Headley.
I just noticed something about Halladay. Those last 2 pitches were straight 4-seam fastballs at 90. I don't think we've seen anything that straight all afternoon. Everything has a tendency to move.
Sharp ground ball, but right at Galvis, and he continues to play his position at second base flawlessly. Well, it's time now for our Geico quote of the game. Blue Jays pitching coach Brad Arnsberg, who worked with Halladay, says he's got the stamina of a mountain climber and he's got the willpower of a 20-year-old kid trying to make a team. We used to call him TP, total package. Doc is the total package. That's from Sports Illustrated article Tom Verducci wrote about Halladay.
That's great.
Isn't that a great quote?
Yes, it is.
They say no one works so feverishly to be in shape physically and mentally. His preparation is just stunning. He's the first guy at the ballpark regardless of spring training or regular season. And I guess he keeps a diary, a notebook, and logs every pitch of every game, every workout, every side that he throws. He is the ultimate professional.
And you know what that tells me? He's going to leave this game, look at himself in the mirror and say, you know what? I did everything possible to be the best pitcher that I could be. Right?
And he is. 1 and 2, 2 and 2.
I remember another Philly pitcher who was in the same category, and he threw from the other side.
Lefty.
Steve Carlton.
Yeah.
You talk about a guy who just busted his tail each and every day. And you know why? Because when you took the mound every 5th day, I'm not going to say it's a cakewalk, but when you're busting your tail 4 days and then you take the mound, it's going to seem to be easier out there on the mound for you as far as stamina is concerned.
That's on the outside corner. Strike 3. Headley caught looking. The Padres go in order in the 5th. It's still 2-0 for the home side. Corey Luebke of the Padres has outpitched Roy Halladay, the perennial Cy Young vote getter for the Phils.
He's locating the fastball. He is working quickly, mixing in some breaking pitches when needed. And he's about to start his 6th inning of work. He's only surrendered 2 hits.
73 pitches starting this inning. Had a couple of very easy innings to start the game. Needed only 16 pitches to get through the first 2 innings. Jimmy Rollins, then Hunter Pence and Shane Victorino for the Phils here in the 6th. On the outside corner. In Philadelphia, despite the fact that their pitching is regarded as the best in the National League, and they lead in that category, ERA. Ground ball sharply at Bartlett. The throw across in plenty of time. Well, we've got a moment here. Let's give you the answer to our AT&T trivia question, which was, there is a common name between Halladay and Black. What is it? Both have the first name Harry. One's called Buddy, the other is called Roy, middle name. In fact, it's Harry Leroy III. Number 3, Hunter Pence. So we check back in the logs of the Philadelphia Phillies. Sean Lyon, our statistician. And Chuck Klein, great Hall of Famer, one of the best players ever that people don't talk about, wore number 3. But when they retired him, he said, no, keep the 3 alive. Retire my initials. So CK is retired.
Oh, wow.
Huh. It's a bit different.
Here's Harry Ralston Black III. That's a very regal name, isn't it? Harry Ralston Black III.
Sounds like he going to make a lot of money when they settle the estate, that Ralston estate. Fouled away, and it's 3-2.
So what have we learned with Pence up at the plate? You don't have to throw him a strike, right? With two strikes, he will fish.
3-2.
There's another ball that he swung at.
That one sailed all the way into the third deck and bobbled, and it skips down into the second tier.
Fastball in. Get it in there. Oh, fastball away.
Line to right. Play there for Venable. 2 away here in the 6th. And fans, this year you can save. Well, you know what I'm going to say now. You just got to buy your tickets earlier. The earlier you purchase, the more you save. Prices do vary depending on the game you want to attend and when you buy. Check Padres.com for current ticket prices and be sure to buy early. Save even more than you would if you went up to the box office bought on game day, and you're already getting the best bargain in baseball. The lowest average ticket price right here. Petco Park and the Padres. Victorino fly twice to center fielder Maben. Base is empty, 2 out here in the top of the 6th. Swing and a miss. Fastball. Victorino in the hole, 0-2.
Boy, pitching is so much fun when you're working ahead 0-2, 1-2.
Fly ball, Maben again. Victorino to his counterpart for the Padres. All 3 outs to center field. A 1-2-3 inning for Lupke. It's still 2-0 Padres.
Nothing. Hey, start your Cinco de Mayo weekend with your Padres Friday, May 4th. Get to the park early and enjoy drink specials, live music at a Cinco de Mayo party presented by Verizon Wireless. The party starts at Cinco A las Cinco Fiesta. First pitch against the Marlins is 7:05. Be sure to buy your tickets early and save at Padres.com. Get on the horn and dial 719. No, that's 619-795-5555. 619-795-5555. I got my 6 and 7 mixed up.
I heard you chuckle there because we're celebrating Cinco de Mayo on May 4th. And we know, of course, that's not the date. But the reason for it, as Hundley fouls it away, and the count is 1-2 on the Padre catcher. He has a base hit and 2 at-bats, is that it fits into our Friday party night at the park. And so they're having it on May 4th, not May 5th, just so you folks can enjoy a Mexican celebration here at the park on a Friday night, May the 4th. But we'll still be celebrating on the 5th.
Sure.
A little margarita, maybe?
Keith Bell and the Marlins will be in town that weekend.
2-2. Fly ball right field, aimed at Hunter Pence. One away. That's 8 straight now for Roy Halladay. He's in a groove, just like we promised earlier in the game. It's Miller time, brought to you by Miller Lite. Yonder, Alonso down the left field line to drive in Chase Headley for the second Padre run. That was in the third as Alonso followed singles by Headley and Hundley to drive in the run that made it 2-0. Well, Halladay is in his rhythm now. He did walk 3 in a row for the first time in his major league career. And a ground ball out by Hudson got the first run home. That was his second inning. Then the 3 hits Alonso's doubled made it 2-0 in the third. And he has not allowed a thing since. 8 straight, retired. Sliced into left center. Over goes Pierre to make the catch. 2 away. There's that second inning when he walked 3.
And that's what makes Roy Halladay such a good pitcher, right? Bouncing back and making an adjustment to get back in that groove. A lot of pitchers, the wheels come off and they just can't find it. Next thing you know, they're out of the game. This is a guy who can rebound with the best of them.
First pitch to Maben is in for a strike. Maben has walked and flied to center. What is this about the center fielders hitting the ball to the other center fielder? Not that way. Badly fooled. Base is empty here. Last of the 6th. 2-0 Padres. Lays off the breaking ball away. Line drive, base hit into left center field. That ball is still rolling all the way toward the left center field fence. Victorino makes the slide. Here comes Maben, going to go for 3. The relay, not in time. He's in there. The second triple by Daddy Longlegs in this series.
And that ball was only a few inches away from the glove of Rollins, as we see right from behind home plate, just out of the reach, right? It's hit so sharply that Victorino can't really cut it off on a straight angle, and then Cameron Maben off to the races. Very close at third. Hey, nice job by Polanco keeping that ball in front of him. Nicely done.
Maben with a triple last night, and that was the only run scored by the Padres. They had the 1-0 lead behind Edinson Volquez. He tripled and came in on Guzman's ground out. See if Bartlett can add to the Padre lead. 2-0, 2 outs. 1-1 on the split finger.
You know, I'll have to admit, as soon as that ball was struck, I thought that was going to find Rollins' glove. And I was thinking, oh, man, bad break for Cameron, but not the case. Good for him.
Big insurance run there at third. Ground ball tapped to third. Easy play for Polanco. And that's it. Exciting, the triple, but Maben left at third. We go to the 7th, 2-0.
up on the postgame show. Lots to get to. Corey Lukey looking very tough tonight. How's he doing it?
Yeah, what I love, Mike, is he's throwing the ball inside with his fastball and really attacking the strike zone, finishing guys off with a fastball because he has that changeup that definitely has been beneficial for him tonight.
Keep our fingers crossed. It continues. Also coming up in the postgame show, we'll talk a little bit of offense, and a little bit seems to be enough right now against a very tough Roy Halladay.
Roy Halladay is going to give you a few times in the game to score some runs. A few times is definitely right. They're taking advantage of it.
Full breakdown, plus you're going to hear from Buddy Black in the postgame show. Gentlemen.
All right. Mike and Mark will be with you on that postgame show. Always a lot of good information. Ty Wigginton slices that one off to the right. That'll be out of play. Alonso over to take a look at it. It'll fall just into the aisleway there. Galvis and Schneider to follow here in the top of the 7th inning. Corey Lukey allowing just 2 hits to the Phils. A single by Polanco to right field in the 4th. And Halladay single to right in the 5th inning. He's walked 2 and struck out 4. Another foul.
There's the line score, the big goose egg under the run column for the Phillies. They're just averaging before this game 2.93 runs a game. Only the Pirates are averaging fewer. That's a big time struggle.
They've scored a total of 41. Pittsburgh with 27. The Padres with 49 runs going in. You wouldn't have thought that the Padres have scored more than the Phils, would you? Ground ball, big hop to Headley. He boots it, picks it up, and gets him anyway. Alonso scooping out the low throw, saving his third baseman. One away in the 7th.
The one thing that Chase Headley did not do, as we take a look, is he really didn't panic. But on the throw over to first base, the short hop, and Dick, you hit the nail right on the head. You talk about picking up your third baseman and saving him an error. That's a huge out.
Young Galvis backs away from a fastball strike. Has grounded to short, fly to center. This one to right field, a long run for Venable toward the line and makes the catch, going into foul territory. Ruled a fair ball, and Venable's speed necessary to keep that one out of the corner.
Will Venable has good closing speed. Doing more on defense, brought to you by Home Depot, and Will Venable makes it look easy because the first step, dropping it into gear. See how it kind of pulls up a little bit? That's because he's got a good beat on it. So the closing speed, getting him that ball off the bat, is a big key for Will Venable.
2 outs to Brian Schneider. He's walked and he struck out, and he pops this one up. First ball hunting. Bartlett out. In comes Kotze calling. And the left fielder has it, and it's a quick 3-up, 3-down inning for Lukey. The 7th inning stretch coming up.
Saturday, May 5th, the UFC returns to Fox and immediately hits the air live with an explosive heavyweight bout between LeVar Johnson and Pat Barry, followed by 3 epic fights, including a 5-round showdown between lightweight contenders Jim Miller and Nate Diaz. UFC Fight Night on Fox, sponsored by Bud Light. It's live from East Rutherford, New Jersey on Saturday, May 5th at 8 p.m. Eastern, 5 p.m. Pacific. Professor?
And the winner gets to play you in Scrabble.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh, I can deal in that game.
You can kick and hit and do all those things. Hudson drove in a run with a ground out. And he's fly to center field the other time. So both pitchers working on a significant string of outs. That broken by Maben after 9 in a row by Holiday in the 6th inning when Maben tripled. And Lupke now has retired the last 8 men he's faced. Had an easy inning, so he's going to be able to go into the 8th inning for the first time this year. 2-1 to Hudson. Pulled foul. The 4 hits for the Padres, 3 in a row in the 3rd inning. Single-headed, single Hundley, RBI double Alonso, and then the triple by Maben in the last inning. Inside, and the count goes full. By the way, that was Maben's 3rd triple of the season. He's tied for the National League lead with Angel Pagan of the Giants. Just clipped that pitch foul. Some of the kids out in the park at the park. Fly ball center, Victorino. 1 away, and that brings up the pitcher Lupke. Lupke up twice, has struck out twice. Halladay has only 4 strikeouts tonight, quite in contrast to last year at this time when he pitched on Sunday afternoon and struck out 14, a career high. He's gotten Lupke twice, Headley once, and Hundley once. Ground ball up the middle. Ranging is Jimmy Rollins from the outfield. Grass just does get Lupke. Close play. Good play by the veteran Rollins from shallow center field to throw out Lupke.
And good hustle by Corey Lupke out of the box. I thought maybe a chance, but you're talking about a great shortstop in Jimmy Rollins. How close was it? Yeah, he got him. Now hopefully the Padres can extend this inning with 2 outs and give Corey Lupke a little bit of a breather on that bench because he was busting it down that line.
Rollins with all his experience, knowing the geometry. Almost throwing without looking and getting Lupke. Venable has hit the ball in the air all 3 times, to right, to center, and to the second baseman. 1 ball and 1 strike. Giving Lupke a chance to get a breather. He was going to take a pitch until it was a strike. A reminder, you can take the Padres with you this season. Subscribe to MLB.tv. See every Padres out-of-market game live online on your favorite devices in HD quality. Out in front, a high foul fly down into the right field corner. And again, that had significant depth. Venables hit 3 balls last night and tonight, all with real authority, but nothing to show for it. 2 were fouled and 1 went to the deep outfield.
I don't know if you noticed that little peek in the dugout there. Corey Lupke had a sheet of paper in his hands. He's going over the lineup. Who's coming up next? 9-1-2. He had a little sheet with how he is going to attack these Philly hitters as he goes out next inning.
Down low, Schneider thought he might have a strike. No one throwing in the bullpen, so Halliday's going to lead off the inning. And why not? He has one of the 2 hits off Lupke. Then it'll be Pierre and Polanco.
Doing his studying for next half inning.
Down through the middle and into center field. Right down under the feet of Roy Halladay, and Venable has a base hit. Number 5 for the Padres off the right-hander.
Will Venable will clearly, no question, sacrifice that bat. Sounded like he was off the end of the bat and snapping that shillelagh. It was a 2-2 pitch up the middle.
Well, Venable, we'll keep an eye on him. He might have designs on trying to steal second base here. Katse has lined to center and grounded twice to second. .108 pitches now for Roy Halladay. He threw 130 in that game last April. And he beat the Padres 3-1, went 8 2/3.
Yeah, striking out 14, right? That'll get that pitch count up there.
1-0 to Katse. Venable takes his lead. Now we get some activity in the bullpen for the Phillies. Michael Stoops, the right-hander, throwing, so that may be tipping off Charlie Manuel's strategy that he will use a pinch hitter for Halladay. Here he goes. Throw by Schneider. Not in time. Venable with a steal. That's his second of the season.
I like it. Hey, you never know. 2-out knock. Short hops Rollins. Oh, that was closer than I thought. Rollins he pitched this ball. He was out.
He had him on the backside. You bet.
He got him on the right there, and he did not touch the bag yet. So the Padres catch a break.
Even though the throw was not good, Rollins' work with the glove was fantastic. Well, Katse with a chance to pick up a huge insurance run here in the seventh.
That would be huge.
There you go. 2-1. Upstairs, 3 balls and a strike to Katse.
Getting the pitches up a little bit. That last split finger. And Roy Halladay is on with that pitch. It's going to start at the knees and almost bounce. That's when hitters swing over the top of it. You leave it up, it spells trouble.
The attendance tonight, 31,437. Nice to have so many folks aboard here on a baseball night at Petco Park. 3 balls and a strike. And Katse's aboard with a walk. 4th from Halladay. As his pitch count now at 113. 2 on, 2 out. And Chase Headley, the batter. And a reminder tomorrow, 1 o'clock game, noon for Padres Live. Our first Military Sunday. Always a thrilling time to see our young men and women in uniform up in that right field corner, and they play the Marine Anthem. There'll be a flyover tomorrow. Fouled away by Headley. He has a base hit tonight in 3 at-bats. And we're going to be honored with the presence of Lieutenant General Thomas Waldhauser. He's going to come up in the booth. So you better be.
Nice. I'll be on my best behavior.
Add attention. 1-1 to Headley. Chance for the Padres to pick up a bonus run here in the 8th inning with 2 outs. The single by Venable, the walk to Katse. And now 1-1 to Headley. There's the split finger. 1-2. Nothing Padres against Roy Halladay as Corey Lupke has outpitched this outstanding star. Pulled foul. Well, this is a day in history for the Phillies that old-time fans would just as soon forget. It was on this date, April 21st of 1966, they made a trade that they long regretted. Sent Ferguson Jenkins to the Cubs, where he won 20 games or more 6 straight years. Pulled up the first base side foul. The Phils got Larry Jackson and Bob Buell, a couple of pitchers. And the Cubs got Adolfo Phillips, who gave them some good time, John Herrnstein, and Ferguson Jenkins.
That guy can pitch. And like you said, 6 straight seasons with 20 or more victories in that ballpark. That's doing something right.
He was the Roy Halladay of his time.
And also the only pitcher in Major League history with 3,000 plus strikeouts and fewer than 1,000 walks.
Amazing. 1-2. Outside. Corner. Strike 3. Boy, Headley thought that ball was wide. Halladay gets the call, and that's it for the Padres in the 7th. Framed up by Schneider. We go to the 8th inning. San Diego 2, Philadelphia nothing. A sample of the action here at Petco on this Saturday night as the Padres lead 2-0, and Roy Halladay lifted for a pinch hitter here in the top of the 8th inning, and John Mayberry steps up. The Ohio southpaw Lupke stretching out to almost his career long. Farthest he's ever pitched is 7 1/3. That was against the Dodgers last year. Mayberry takes a strike. 1-1. The Phils, who have started slowly with the bat, especially off the bench, their pinch hitters are 1 for 17 collectively. Mayberry takes 2-1. Slider.
Cannot let him get extended. You can see Corey Lupke trying to pound that slider and fastball on the inside part of the plate. Maybe soft here. Ooh, good pitch.
That was better than the one Headley took that was called strike 3 last half of the inning.
Watch the glove of Hundley. Right on the out. That's a strike. I'm sorry. That's knee-high strike.
3-1. Rip foul. Watch out. Well, some fan reaching out as if he was going to barehand that one. The best he could do is save somebody behind him. Full count on Big John Jr. 7 for 38 this year, hitting 184. Foul back. House remains full.
See, he loves that pitch. Up and away so he can get extended, and that was the 100th toss from the left-hander Lupke.
2-1 strikes over balls. Good outing. Yes, sir, on the outside corner. As Lupke paints the black, and Mayberry strikes out. number 5 for Lupke.
Well, may have been off the plate a little bit, but home plate umpire Jerry Lane rings him up. Now, credit Nick Hundley as well. He caught that pitch, stuck it right there. And quite frankly, I thought he got squeezed on the
other one. Yeah. 1 out. Pierre takes strike 1. 9 straight retired down the stretch for Lupke. Line foul. The last base runner for the Phils was Roy Halladay with 1 out in the 5th inning. He singled to right field. Third straight outstanding performance from Lupke. And he stays ahead on the count, 2 strikes, and you can watch your Padres take on the Miami Marlins. That'll be Saturday, May 5th. 2 weeks from tonight, 5:35 game, and the first 25,000 of you take home a great Swinging Friar t-shirt presented by Cox. Be sure to get your tickets early and save for this and all Padre games. Padres.com, 619-795-5555.
What's the one thing you don't want to do to Pierre right here? That would be throwing him a soft breaking ball for a strike. He's got a slider speed back. See, he can't catch up to the fastball, right? Having a difficult time, even the pitch away. So I'm not saying you can't throw him a breaking ball, but if you do, it's got to be a sweeper down and away off the plate.
And knowing that and the alignment in the outfield, look how they're playing Pierre. Kotze is only about 30 feet off the line in left field.
See, now here comes the slider. Throw it for a ball, make him chase.
No, they don't. He slices it to Kotze.
He shook him off, threw him a fastball. Couldn't catch up to it.
2 away. Brings up Polanco, has one of the 2 hits. 2 is all Lupke has allowed. Polanco a single, and pitcher Halladay a single. Well, this is the longest Corey Lupke has ever gone in the major leagues. 7 2/3. Bullpen is busy behind him. Padres hoping he can get through this 8th inning and then bring in the relief help. That's a strike, outside corner. Oh, he has really worked the corners well.
And working quickly. But you're right, Dick. He's locked in. He's getting good downward playing on his fastball. A lot of knee-high fastballs.
That changeup floats low and away. 2-1 to Polanco. But even at that, in a 2-0 game, there's so little room for error here. 1 walk, 1 base hit, and then the tying runs at the plate. Gregerson and Street getting ready. Ground ball right side. Hudson is there. And how about Corey Lupke? 11 straight retired. 8 innings in the book for Lupke, and the Padres still lead 2-0.
Fox Sports San Diego presents Padres Baseball, brought to you by Petco, where the healthy pets go. With Mark Grant, Dick Enberg, welcome back to Petco Park. And after that last inning, Corey Lupke down into the dugout, and the skipper, Bud Black, says, hey, what a job. The best of his major league career against the Phils. 8 innings, no runs, 2 hits, 2 walks, and 5 strikeouts for the young left-hander. So he's given up 1 run, no runs in his last 3 starts.
You know, I can't read the minds of Buddy Black or Corey Lupke, but one thing's for sure, one of the things he may have told him, the kid, there's no reason why you can't do that every time out. He had great stuff tonight. Now it's time for the Padres to add on, hopefully.
Michael Stutz is the relief pitcher. Yes, Lupke could be the top of the rotation starter for the Padres for that kind of stuff. Stutz broke in as a rookie last year with the Phils, produced some good work. Hundley fouls it back. He has a single in 3 trips against Halladay, does Hundley. Stutz, college ball at Oregon State, 2006 and 2007, part of the national championship team for the Beavers. 6'1", 185, not a big guy. Brings that fastball in at 93.
Fastball, slider, and a change.
Two balls and a strike to Hundley. Stutz from Lake Oswego High School up in Oregon, and attended the same high school as Kevin Love of UCLA and the NBA Timberwolves. Change up, 3-2. But Black looking ahead to the 9th inning. It'll be Rollins, Pence, and Victorino for the Phils. Fouls it back.
Pretty straight fastball from Stutz, and he will on occasion elevate those pitches. His command sometimes can be an issue as well, so not a lot of movement. Look at that smile. She's going home with a Major League Baseball.
A lot of great looking kids out here tonight, huh? Fly ball, that should be playable toward the line. A trio of Phils, and it's Pence, the right fielder, in fair territory. And earlier today, the big baseball news, Philip Humber, 29-year-old Texan, and that was strike 3, and the out recorded at first base. A perfect game, 27 up, 27 down for Humber, who had no record this year, and in his career as a 29-year-old had won 11 and lost 10, and a perfect game and the champagne wash. Up in Seattle, where they gave him a huge ovation, the Mariner fans.
That was great, wasn't it?
It really was. It's one of the many reasons you love this sport, that the real fans, you know, you want your team to win, but when you see something special, you've got to show your appreciation. Venable has a hit. Headley a hit, Hundley a hit, Alonso a double, and Maben a hit. There's more.
You know, it's amazing when I look at that. Out of all the games that have been played in the history of Major League Baseball, dating back to the late 1800s, only 21 pitchers.
Alonso lifts that one back of short, angling out as Rollins, coming in as Pierre to make the catch.
Only 21 pitchers have had 27 up, 27 down.
And one of them is within shouting distance in the World Series. Mr. Don Larson. Out there in Point Loma. And the Boomer, he's out there with him. Maybe they're having a a libation together tonight.
That wouldn't shock me.
David Wells, Don Larson, same high school, and they both pitched a perfect game now. What are the odds on that?
For the Yankees, too. David Wells against the Minnesota Twins.
Couldn't do it with the Padres, could he? No. May have been a walk, a triple, and a fly ball to center. 2 balls, no strikes.
And you know what the thing about today, Umber in the 9th inning He had a 3-0 count on the leadoff hitter. He came back and got him. And on the last hitter, he had a 3-ball count as well.
It was 3-2 on Brendan Ryan, a pinch hitter. On the outside corner, 2-1. And they didn't have the angles that we have, the side angle, to see if the hitter trying to check a swing goes around or not.
Right.
They didn't have that shot. It certainly looked like Brendan Ryan might have held back. But the call was made quickly, strike 3, and the ball was, well, it was on the outside of the batter's box line, opposite batter's box, went all the way to the screen, and Ryan stopped running. He thought that was ball 4. As Maben sees ball 4. He's on for the 3rd time tonight. Jason Bartlett has walked and grounded out twice. Maben, the leading base stealer for the Padres, with 3. With 2 outs here. He has the green light if he sees a spot to go against Michael Stutz. First of all, he's going to measure his move to first. And there he goes. First pitch. Bartlett squares and just pulls the bat back, and Maben easily with his 4th steal of the season.
Well, remember in the 7th inning, Will Venable stole the base, and it was a short hop to second base from Schneider, and this one also a short hop. Look at the footwork. Very quick out of the gate for Cameron Maben.
Walk and a steal, as good as a double.
That's a couple points for somebody.
Bartlett walked, grounded out twice.
Oh, he got crossed up. Oh, my goodness. Did you see that? That ball hit him right in the gut of the chest protector. Schneider was anticipating breaking ball. He's like, dude, come on, you're going to kill me. I put down breaking ball and you threw a fastball? Look at this. Watch Schneider. Focused on Schneider in the glove. Anticipating breaking ball.
How did he even control that? That was a slap shot.
That's got to be one of the worst feelings as a catcher. You got a 90+ mile an hour fastball coming in and you're anticipating a breaking ball.
Ground ball fair past third. Here comes Maben to score. Bartlett on his way to second with a double. Takes a turn and holds. It's 3-0. A big insurance tally for the Padres here in the 8th inning. The walk, the steal, and Bartlett with a ringing double up the third base line. His 3rd RBI of the season.
How about the Padres getting on the horn and calling Geico for a little insurance? You know, 15 minutes can save you 15% or more on car insurance. Well, you know what? The Padres just took out a policy here in the 9th, scoring a run.
Sell it, big boy.
The 8th.
Sell it. I'm telling you.
The 8th.
It doesn't matter. It was so good. You could have said it was the 15th inning. You were really on that one. So Bartlett at second for Hudson. Let's see if Orlando can pick up his double play teammate. He has an RBI tonight on the ground ball, 0 for 3. And the count 1-1 from Stutz. Corey Lupke, he likes what he sees.
Big smile. You like that?
You know, you could be dangerous with that telescope. I kind of like your arrows. I think your arrows are really, really smooth, all your arrows. 2-1. Hudson the hitter. Bartlett at second with the RBI double. Line drive, base hit for Hudson up the alley. That'll score Bartlett. Hudson on his way for 2. He could go 3. He's going to try it. And will make it standing. And it's 4-0 Padres. Couple of RBIs for Orlando Hudson, as with 2 outs against Stutz. A walk, a steal, a double, a triple. And it's 4-0.
Everybody in the lineup tonight has at least one hit, with the exception of Mark Kotze, who drew a walk, and Corey Lupke, And Corey Lukey cheering on his teammates, adding to the tally here in the 8th. Nice looking swing by Orlando Hudson. Splitting the gap in right center field nicely.
Jesus Guzman batting for Lutke. And a chance to pick up Hudson from third. Well, 4 runs against this Philly staff is like a jailbreak. In there. 2 strikes to Guzman. Jesus, 9 for 48 on the season with 7 RBIs. Base hit center. Another run batted in. 5-0. Guzman delivers off the bench. Hudson scores a 3-run 8th for the Padres. That brings up Will Venable.
We've talked about the Padre hitters missing mistakes during their little bit of a drought. Well, I'll tell you what, in this inning, Bartlett hit a mistake. Hudson made a mistake. Guzman capitalizes on a Stutz mistake. And look at that, a 3 spot in the bottom of the 8th. Good hitting.
Venable fouls it back. Single and 4 trips and a stolen base.
Hanging breaking ball to Bartlett for a double. Fastball elevated to Hudson for the triple, and Guzman stays on that last pitch to drive in a run. Nicely done.
Yeah, 3-run frosting on a 2-0 cake here in the 8th.
Hard holding back the smiles in the dugout.
There goes the runner, and no intent to defend. That's defensive indifference that allows Guzman to take second. Well, we're 3 outs away, the Padres, from finally stopping that winning streak of the Philadelphia Phils here at Petco that had reached 13 in a row. Swing and a miss, 1-2. But what the Phils didn't know was the lucky red tie was coming out tonight.
There's something to that.
Even against Roy Halladay. That's, you know, that shows you tie power. Foul back, and the count remains at 1-2. In the 9th inning, as we said, Rollins, Pence, and Victorino. And we'll see whether it's Houston Street or Luke Gregerson that comes in from the bullpen. It looks as if Street is still throwing. All the way to the screen. Wild pitch will move Guzman to third.
That ball stayed down on Schneider, and he came up just a little bit, and that ball right through the 5-hole, all the way back to the screen.
It might even charge him with a pass ball. We'll see what the scorer thinks. Wild pitch.
Watch how this ball stays down. Schneider comes up just a little bit, enabling Venable to take a free 90 feet.
Swing and a miss, and Venable is down swinging. But what an 8th inning of insurance for the Padres, and Corey Lupke with 2 outs, the walk to Maven. Bartlett with an RBI double. Hudson with an RBI triple, and Guzman knocks one in with a single. It's 5-0. A 2-hit, no-run, 5 strikeout performance against these Phils, and stands to win his second game of the season.
Well, he had the rhythm going tonight. Congratulations to the skipper, Buddy Black. That is a great night in the big leagues for Corey Lukey.
Houston Street in to try to complete the 2-man shutout and the first whitewash for the Padres this season. The 5th outing for the right-hander from Texas.
Well, the last time out for Houston was in Colorado on Tuesday. He came in the 8th inning. That's a game that the Padres lost 5-3 to get a little bit of work.
Chance to pick up his second save of the season. Well, no, it's 5-0 now. This is not a save opportunity. Rollins 0 for 3. Fly ball safe on an air and a ground ball to short. Batting left-handed for the first time. Takes the strike.
So Houston needs some work.
Padres haven't had a shutout since late August last year. Latos was the starter in that game. Matt Latos in a 2-0 win against the Cubs here. 1 ball, 1 strike to Rollins. That one sails just outside, 2-1. Three outs away from snapping the stranglehold that the Phillies have had on the Padres here at Petco. Foul back. Tomorrow, final game of the 4-game series. The Phils will send out veteran right-hander Joe Blanton, and the Padres answer with a 25-year-old from the Detroit area, Anthony Bass, looking for his first win of the season. Pitched well enough. Look at the ERA, 3.38, better than Blanton. In the dirt. Should the Padres win, it will be the first win under the lamps.
How about Houston Street going straight 1970s look with those tight breeches?
And he walks the leadoff man. Not a good start. Well, the Padre games are more fun when you come with your friends. Groups as small as 20 can enjoy big savings, special seating, a scoreboard welcome, and much, much more. Petco Park. Several exclusive group facilities here to fit your specific group needs. So reserve group tickets or private suites by calling 619-795-5555. Hunter Pence 0 for 3 tonight. Takes it up high, ball 1. Padre pitching a shackled Pence. He's 1 for 11 in the series. That's on the corner. Lined out to right last time. He has struck out and grounded to short the other 2 at bats. Way out in front. Good slider.
You talk about a violent swing from Pence. Hey, no 2-strike approach at all from this guy, huh? I mean, he goes to hacking. This is sliders. You mentioned Dick, down and away. Way out in front of it. From another one.
Got him. It was indeed the slider. First strikeout for Street. 1 away in the 9th.
Houston Street, he's smart enough to know that Hunter Pence went after a slider prior to that pitch. So he says to himself, you know what? I'm going to make him chase again, expand the strike zone. And that just goes to show you that he's got great control, not only with the fastball, but the slider as well.
Victorino is actually 0 for 3. All 3 at bats, fly balls to center field. Takes ball 1. He turns around, hits left-handed for the first time. Alonso not holding on the runner. So Rollins almost can go to second should he so desired, does not go. And that's a strike. 1 ball. Check that. Just 1 strike to count on Victorino. And Maben pounding his glove up there in center field saying, I better be ready. This is where he hits him all 3 times tonight. And he does again. But this one slicing over to Denorfia in left field. Just into the game defensively. And there's 2 away. So Victorino wears the collar tonight, 0 for 4. Ty Wigginton, the last man in the way of a Padre shutout, a 2-hitter tonight. He has struck out, walked, and grounded to third. 31,437 enjoying this one. 5-0. Rollins goes. Defensive indifference. Ball at the plate. Deep breath there from Black.
Oh, yeah.
Runner goes to third. That's a strike. Another DI. Better than a DUI, I know that.
Yeah, we're going to see some DIs tomorrow.
Yeah.
Some drill instructors, right? Is that what they're called in the Marines?
Yes. 3 outside, 2-1. Trying to keep the zeros on the board. Houston Street, 2 out here in the 9th, but Rollins on a walk and a couple of open paths to second and third. 90 feet away from spoiling the shutout. On the corner. 2-2. That's Street's out pitch, the slider. A lot of frustration in those cheers. A 3-12 start. 13 in a row lost to the Phillies. And a ground ball. Fair ball over the bag at third. And Wigginton will turn and go to second base. Denorfia's throw not in time as Rollins comes in to score. And it's 5-1. He was fooled on the pitch. Just kind of swept it. And it went right over the bag at third. In fact, Bud Black's not convinced that was a fair ball. He's not going to win this battle. He's fighting for the shutout and the game being over. Let's look at it again.
Well, it lands foul, but it's where it goes over the bag, right?
Yeah, it looked like it was right on the edge of the bag going over it. So 5-1 on the double by Wigginton, his 6th RBI of the season.
See where it hits before the bag, and then it goes, according to the umpire, it goes over the bag. You know, I think that's a good call.
I do too. As much as you'd like to see the Padres get the shutout. So here's Freddie Galvis, 0 for 3. Only the 3rd hit of the game, and Wigginton was totally fooled. He just got a little ground ball that couldn't have rolled it down there any better. Foul back. And again, the Phils are down to their last strike. And the ball game is over. Struck him out on a slider in the dirt, and the Padres finally beat the Phils at Petco 5-1. Padres Live brought to you by Cox Communications, right around the corner, and Mike Pomerantz. Now you've got something to chew on that's more fun, Michael.
Hey, how about that? Dick, Mark, Padres fans, we got a dandy postgame show coming up for you. Corey Lukey, just outstanding tonight. We've got to take a look at every inning of work by this young left-hander. Looked great. The bats finally come alive. Got a couple of innings there worth talking about for sure, including that big eighth. You're going to hear from the manager, Buddy Black. Probably a certain different mood there. And we'll talk about Roy Halladay. What happened? We'll see you in the postgame show.